My name is Candace Klein, and I am a resident of Over the Rhine. I am also the founder and CEO of two companies. One of them is called Bad Girl Ventures, a microfinance company focused on providing education, training, and financial resources to women-owned startups. And SoMoLend, which is a peer-to-peer lending technology, removing banks from the lending process and allowing small businesses to raise money from customers, friends, and family. So my earliest memory of the American dream was third grade when my teacher asked me, who do you want to be when you grow up? And I said I wanted to be President of the United States of America. And the reason why is because I think it's so amazing in America particularly that you can have humble beginnings like mine. I grew up in a trailer park in Claremont County with very humble beginnings, very little resources. My mom and I really fought. My mom worked 3 jobs for us to make ends meet when I was a kid, that I could think that I could be President of the United States of America. And it's so very special about our great nation that children in third grade can still think that they could be president no matter where they came from. Well, parts of my American dream are the same. Now I'm 30 years old, and I would tell you that I still think I will be running for governor of Ohio in 2027, and so I still do have that political ambition, but the reason why has changed. Because I feel so very blessed. I am a little girl who's been given a lot of blessings and opportunities, and I firmly believe that every little girl born into the same situation I was born into should have every single opportunity that I've had and more. And so my American dream remains the same. I do still hope to one day run for a political office, but being governor is not the goal. Changing lives through public policy is now my American dream, and everything that I'm doing in my world, in my professional life, and in my community life, it's all going towards that same goal of changing lives through public policy. So I'm in a strange spot because I own 2 businesses. I'm a practicing attorney, so I don't have a lot of free time. But they are very closely related. I like to say they're not sister companies, but they're cousins who hold hands and walk down the street in the same direction together. So Bad Girl Ventures was really started because of 2 things. First of all, a woman named Alice paid for my law school education when I couldn't afford to go to law school. I was very sick. I had ovarian cancer when I was 23 years old, and all of my money went towards medical bills. She paid for my law school education, and when I asked her, how can I repay you for this gift, she said, find a way to invest in women. And then I started practicing law, and all of my clients were women. And I became really acutely aware of their problems and struggles. And they were saying the banks won't lend, I have to close my doors. So I launched my first company, Bad Girl Ventures, as a way of helping my legal clients. I didn't really want to start a business at the time, but I launched it to provide education, training, and financial resources to the women that I was serving. What's amazing about that is that in a year, we had 400 women apply to come through our program, just in Cincinnati. And we were able to educate 200 of them, but I could only fund 24 companies. And I was able to see 132 jobs were created by those 24 women. What do I do for the other 376? How can I help them? That's why I started my second company, SoMoLend, which stands for Social, Mobile, Local Lending, removing banks from the lending process and allowing us, small businesses, to reach out to each other, to our community, to our Facebook friends, our Twitter followers, and to raise money in the way that we know how, through grassroots. And, you know, just like presidential candidates have raised money at very small amounts of money at a time, I believe that now, through Bad Girl Ventures and SoMoLend, we can do the same thing for small businesses. Well, my American dream is to change lives through public policy, and because I'm not an elected official, the best way for me to change public policy is through the business world. And so I believe that it's my responsibility to remove as many barriers to entry as possible for small business owners. So the first was education and training. The next was financing. And I actually have 27 more business ideas that once I get these 2 off and running, I'll be starting other businesses, all around removing barriers to entry for the small business owner. This is my way of changing my American dream of changing lives through public policy. So first, before I provide my words of inspiration, I think it's important to understand why I named Bad Girl Ventures Bad Girl Ventures. There was a book I read in college called The Bad Girl's Guide to Getting What You Want. It taught women how to get out of taking minutes at meetings and getting coffee for your boss and things girls get stuck doing in the workplace. And I said at a speech last spring, if you are a bad girl and you say, I wish I could be a bad girl at work, but my boss would never let me get away with that. I said, if that's you, quit your job, start your own business, and if you do, I'll invest in you. And at the time, my law firm said, you called it what? And so I focus grouped, what kind of person am I tapping into with the name Bad Girl Ventures? And what I learned from my focus groups is that we are reaching women who are bold, brave, willing to take risks, fight for what they believe in, and think outside the lines. And so if you are a young girl, if you are a 70-year-old woman, if you are a man, and you have a dream of one day owning your own business, my encouragement to you is to start something today. Start something, anything, whether it be a volunteer engagement, whether it be something, getting involved in something in your church, in your community. The only way that you're going to be able to spark that next great business idea is by surrounding yourself with other people who are also really passionate about doing something, changing the world in some small way. And so that would be my advice to you. Well, I think one of my American dreams, I say, the public-facing dream is, of course, to change lives. My private dream is to one day be an inspiration for everyone, whether they be, small girls, old men, doesn't matter. I really think that one of my goals, I guess, my personal goals in life is to be the next Oprah, and to be that motivation, that inspiration for people who may not otherwise have it. And so I'd ask that you stay in touch with me, that you reach out to me, that you take a look at what I'm doing with SoMoLend.com and BadGirlVentures.com, and shoot me an email, give me a call. I'd love to hear from you.